Today we're on location, which is a little bit different. Normally I talk about the stock market as a place to invest our money, but today we're looking at actual real estate as a possible investment, and I'm in Kiev. So I thought it'd be really interesting to see what is possible and what could be potentially the best return on your investment from a real estate point of view. I don't think it really matters where you make your money, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in real estate. I think just getting a good return on investment is important. So for those people who love real estate, this is something that you'll find interesting. Today we're looking at some of the cheaper apartments that you can buy in Kiev. Now this one in particular, this building was in 1962 apparently. We're obviously in quite a old Soviet area of Kiev as well. There's a train station nearby. This is actually a really good location. It's probably only 20 minutes from the city center probably. So regarding location, it's actually really good, and we'll now go and have a look inside.
So the first thing you'll notice are the rundown stairwells and entranceways to any sort of old building in ex-Soviet countries. So what happens is there's no one really looking after these, and the people who are living in the building generally don't put money together to fix this or make this better. So you just have to deal with like these staircases being pretty sketchy and not very nice at all. Okay, so as we enter into the apartment, the first thing you'll probably notice is that there's actually split down the middle. So this is the bedroom that we're currently in now, and yeah, it's obviously not in great quality. You'd have to actually rip out everything, so the floor and the walls and the doors, and really everything has to go. It had a little balcony, as you just saw, which was kind of nice, I guess, but the balcony would need to be restructured because it's probably not safe to stand on. So anyway, that was the bedroom. Now, door was actually okay. This is now walking into the little kitchen. So that's actually the shower just there, by the way. So it was disgusting. You needed to rip all that out and work out a way to have a bathroom. Yeah, that's the old oven. I reckon that was there from the start. So probably back in the 1960s. And yeah, showering in that's a really small space for a shower. I don't think I could stand in it. It was too small for me to get in. And yeah, everything really needs to just be ripped out and start again. And that's okay. I think a lot of places that's my friend Mariana who's giving me the tour, and it's okay that we have to rip everything out. I think that's pretty normal in a lot of countries, ripping stuff out, and just may as well just demolish it, start again. All right, here's the toilet. Again, I could hardly fit into that room. So a bathroom would have to be redesigned somehow just to fit someone of reasonable size in. I'm only 6'2" and not that big, but I could hardly fit into that room. So, yeah, there's the old light switches. There's me taking some video, and yeah, that's pretty much the tour. Now, this little video here, I just wanted to highlight how dirty and disgusting this whole stairwell is, and people just live in this mess. So yeah, it's not the most attractive thing. So if you like nice buildings and nice looking places to come home to, this is not for you.
What do you think, Andrew?
I think we should play on the playground and swing on the swings. Okay, so I thought I'd explain a little bit more exactly what we're doing. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the absolute cheapest place we can, and then try to work out what that return on investment would be, and try to see if we can do 15, maybe 20% per annum. So we're going to start with the absolute cheapest places we can in a good location, hoping that we can get reasonable rental yields from it. That's my best idea at the moment. Now, the apartment that we just saw was only 26 square meters, so it's probably only good for a single person, maybe a couple at the best, in the best situation. So rental prices for that we think is going to be about 10,000 hryvnia per month, which is $350 or so roughly. That apartment was going to cost to buy somewhere, we think, between $25,000 and $30,000. So then it obviously needs a renovation. Now, where things get a little bit tricky, there's going to be a lot of cost involved there, because that place was needing a lot of work, as you saw. So another maybe $25,000, $30,000 on top. So we're talking now $50,000 to $60,000 in total, with probably a $350 monthly return. So, well, I'll sit down and do the numbers and try to work out a ROI percentage, and I'll put that here on the screen. We'll go now to the second place, and we'll see whether we can maybe find a better deal. We'll see what we see. Oh, and one more thing is, as you can see, the weather behind me is, we're in March at the moment, and it's pretty nasty. It's not very pretty at all. So when we're looking at the outside courtyards and the kids' playgrounds and things like that, it's really ugly at the moment because everything is dead pretty much, and it'll grow back in the next few months when some rain falls and spring is here. But right now, this is where it looks its absolute worst. So I think it's a good time to do a property tour when things look their worst, because it only gets better. Okay, we're definitely in suburbia here. This one's a little bit further away. This is where this is real Kiev. This is where most people would have to live in places like here. So this will be interesting to see this one. Another very cheap place. I think this one's even cheaper than the last. This is going to be a bit of a shock, this one, I think.
Looks like scary movie.
Okay, so we've just gone into the entranceway here, and it was actually on the first level, so not as good as the other one. The other one's on a higher level, and first level is always not as good as a second level in Ukraine. People don't really like being close to the ground. They like being up a level or two. They think it's more safe. So now, as you can see, the standard of this one is pretty bad. It's the same kind of layout with a one bedroom on one side and the kitchen/bathroom on the other. The bathroom is a bit better in this one, as in size-wise, but wow, look at that quality. That is probably the worst bathroom I've ever seen. Yeah, it's a mess. This whole place has to be completely renovated, like just absolutely gutted. The walls would actually have to be checked for mold, and like we really would have to do a lot of work in this one. And the floors are in terrible shape. You might have to even you just have to replace everything. So check out this oven, by the way. I thought this was pretty interesting. This is probably hasn't been open for, I don't know, maybe a few decades. And there wasn't much inside that, by the way. A few animals, but that was about it. Anyway, take a look at these pictures. This is the type of thing that you can get in Kiev. We thought we could get it for maybe 25,000, but the owners actually said they wanted to sell it for 30 just because it's in a better location. All right, so here's the summary of the two places that we've seen today. Now, apartment 2 was about 2 square meters bigger, but look, it's a better location. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. The purchase prices are going to be about the same. The renovation costs are about the same. We've added a 5K there for extras like legal and stuff like that. Now, apartment 2, we think we can charge that just a fraction more, maybe. So maybe it's got a slightly better ROI, but look, I've estimated a range somewhere between 5 and 8% would be the ROI for both of these places. So look, that's what I think the expected return is. I don't think that's a very good return at all. Now, something I haven't mentioned yet is that the value of these places is not going to grow like most rental properties would, or property in general would. You would expect in most places of the world, because there are so many new apartments and new buildings going up in Kiev that these old buildings are going to fall out of favor probably over the next decade or two. So look, we actually think they might even decline in value. So as an investment goes, you want to invest in real estate because you're going to get capital appreciation as well as the rental income. But in these cases, I wouldn't factor in any any capital appreciation at all. If it's 30K now, it's probably going to be 30K in 5-10 years time. And because of inflation, that's not a good deal at all. So might not even keep with inflation. I have no idea, but this is not a good investment from my point of view. And I hope that I've explained that clearly enough. Now, in the next video, we're going to go through the most expensive, luxury, amazing places in Kiev. So look forward to that one. I will see you then so we can look at something a little bit nicer.